Treat Thursday like a Friday, but begin your Monday on Sunday. Here's a darling fact about human beings. Our brains respond to the idea of hypothetical future stress with real physiological reactions. So not just things that we know are coming, like a test, a meeting, or a deadline, but the potential for something stressful. The idea that anything could possibly go wrong, which is always the case about everything. There is an actual trigger for this that goes off in our nervous system, and it's called anticipatory anxiety. For a lot of us, these ghastly thoughts reach their zenith on Sunday, when we feel most depleted, drained, determined to die. It typically starts Sunday afternoon and then crescendos up into that sleepless, sweaty Sunday night, which leads to an excruciating but somehow liberating Monday morning. That was my life, and Sunday is still my least favorite day. 5 minutes after leaving the office on Friday, I was already at an Irish pub. Saturday was a blur of bars and shopping, and then Sunday saw Stefan tapering off, lifeless on the couch, watching mindless sitcoms on loop, staying awake as late as possible because I had earned my weekend, passing out sometime after midnight, greeted by horrific dreams, and then in and out of consciousness from 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. Surprisingly, as soon as I got out of bed Monday morning, with teeth to brush, clothes to put on, and an office to get to, the paranoia immediately had a half-life. All it took was the need to do something. All it took was doing something. Now that particular feeling has been called the fresh start effect. In this case, where the transition between Sunday to Monday is what we call a temporal landmark. Think of it as a psychological dividing line between who we were and who we are. Who we were. Sunday version. Useless tit, unprepared to sober up and re-enter society. Who we are. Monday. Hangover professional with a job we're perfectly capable of handling. Monday comes, and we have purpose, identity, and motivation, which eclipses the useless, ungrounded paranoia of a Sunday we wish could simultaneously last forever and end immediately. Like how the moment before something unpleasant is usually more unpleasant than the unpleasantness that follows. Monday is just Monday. Now, as my tortoise-level speed maturity finally started to kick in somewhat, the Saturday shenanigans waned. But Sunday mysteriously remained terrible. I took long bike rides to get my body moving and steer my mind away from rumination. But the bikes always became these introspective spirals of, I'm unhappy, no matter how fast I pedaled. And shopping, cleaning, cooking, even relaxing, none of this structure was enough to make my Sunday feel worthwhile. To me, the day felt like a complete write-off, like one of those days that you spend the entire time at the airport, waiting for your flight, the actual event of your life, to happen. On Sunday, emotions, both previously processed and unprocessed, rise to the surface. And on and around we go, the melancholic Ferris wheel. Can it be likened to neurologist Viktor Frankl's theory on meaning over hedonistic pleasures? Sunday being disconnected from the rest. Passive gluttony for the sake of passive gluttony. But perhaps it can be tied up more neatly by psychologist William James. Nothing is so fatiguing as the eternal hanging of an uncompleted task. But what is this elusive Sunday uncompleted task? Well, when we avoid responsibility, it still weighs upon us. But Sunday need not be doomed as purgatory. Maybe start by lowering your expectations for Sunday. If it's been terrible up until now, don't expect it to suddenly be better. But don't run away from Sunday by doing Friday, Saturday behaviors. Exercise. Swim if you can and wash away the demons. Eat good food, replenish the soul. But once the devil starts scratching at the door, there is only one thing. Work. Office work, school work, yard work, some passion project that you can immerse yourself into that makes you feel productive. Something that you can take from A to B. I tried other things like playing an instrument, but I felt no better once I stopped. Meal prepping was somewhat therapeutic and distracting, but the anxiety rushed straight back as soon as everything was Tupperwared. However, if I did 1 hour of focused work, it felt like 1 hour less that I had to do on Monday. The At Work Reduce Stress, Uncertainty, and Boost Mental Health with Adrian Gostick and Chester Elton podcast states, directing your attention and engaging in focused tasks can significantly reduce anxiety. 1 hour of real productive work on Sunday, and Monday goes from this monster in the closet to a partially managed day. There's nothing to fear about Monday because you've already completed some of it the day before. Now you feel like you've earned your Sunday. You can relax, have a glass of wine, knowing that you're already 1 point up on the next day. Treat Thursday like a Friday, because Friday's always a vibe. Make love to whomever on Saturday, or go feed the ducks. But treat your Sunday afternoon like a Monday morning, and Sunday night's a cupcake. All right, builders, see you every Sunday. And remember, growth means conquering your dread while resisting the urge to disappear. Brick by brick, we'll get there. Valeu!